Hey, it's Tauri, and welcome to, or welcome back to my channel. Today we welcome the wonderful Eivør to the channel. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. Really nice to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you too. I discovered you on, of course, with The Last Kingdom, and just hearing your voice on that soundtrack, I was like, who is this? Like, you completely drew me in like this siren, and I just had to check out everything else that you brought out. And I've been following you since then. Of course, today you're here to talk about your brand new album, N, which has been out for a couple of, well, just under 2 weeks now. How, people have
Yes.
had the time to digest it. How have you found that response?
It's been wonderful. I mean, first of all, it's just been really, really wonderful to finally, have the album out and to kind of when you finally put something out that you've been working on for such a long time, it's such a release in a way, and I feel the response has been really lovely from my fans, and yeah, I couldn't be more grateful. Feels really nice.
Yeah. I I've been listening to it nonstop. Even though of course, I don't speak Faroese, I don't understand what you're singing about unless I go and look
I
at
don't
the
blame you.
translated lyrics. But I love listening to people sing in their native tongue. It makes your imagination go wild as well, especially when you're not a native singer. Could you tell us in your own words what the album is about and what it represents for you?
Yes. And I agree with you. I mean, I myself enjoy listening to music sung in languages I don't understand because music is such a universal language, and you can often understand like just the moods and the emotions of it, although you don't understand the words. So I appreciate that a lot. This album, in thick lines, is very much about nature, I guess, and our home, our earth, and about humans, human nature, and the conversations between us human beings and our nature. Um, and I think, yeah, that's like the main theme of this album, what it reflects on the most, and then in different ways, in different forms throughout the album.
Yeah. I can feel that in a way. It's got like so many different vibes from all over, though. You don't just stick to one specific genre, you take inspiration from everything. And that's what I love about you. You're not afraid to experiment. And I also wanted to know, how would you describe your musical landscape, your style?
Yeah, it's a good question because it is. I mean, I think my sound and my music is such a big part of my journey, and I've always been very explorative. I like to explore and discover and to play when it comes to music, and I think that my music is very cinematic in a way, and that's probably because I've been doing a lot of music for TV and film also. And I like heavy beats, I like electronic music, so that's also a part of my music. And I like the more raw and rough side of screams and growls, and I like angelic singing as well. I studied classical singing in Iceland when I was 17, so I mean, I think my music is a very wide palette of experiences and things that have inspired me along the way. And the music I make today is somehow a combination of all those things.
How did you go ahead and decide which singles you wanted to release from the album?
So I always find that part to be the most kind of challenging one because I think when you're so deep in it yourself, you don't really know like which one should be the one. So, but I just went with my gut feeling for that, and I felt that the first one, Yara, kind of really represented the album in a way for me. it's because it had a lot of those more classical elements, which the album has, the more spacious and classical elements combined with the more electronic side of the album. So I thought that that would be like a good first song to put out. I don't know. And then the second one, I was like, yeah, I just kind of went with my gut feeling. It was more like a summer pop song, and the third one more like a very raw female power growling song. I don't know. I just I just went with my gut feeling, I think, on that.
Yeah. The last one is one of my personal favorites, along with the title track N itself. I love how different each song is, and yet they still feel complete on the album within that storyline that you've put them, you know, that order that you've put them in. And do you have a personal favorite?
I think that I probably have to. I mean, it's so hard. It's like my children. I can't say, "Oh, that's my favorite." But
right.
But I have two songs on the album that I felt were really important for this album to kind of define the whole world of this album, and that's also N, the title track. And the reason for that is maybe also because how I wrote it like just as an a cappella song. I was walking in the mountains in the Faroe Islands, and I had this melody in my head, and I wrote this song just without any instruments. And then I went home and did the production for it. So that was just also a very fun and different process for me. And the first one and the second one I love a lot is the first one I wrote, which is the first track on the album, Anklauta, which is this very spacious, almost very cinematic and spacious and classical track where you kind of just float into space. I really enjoy that one as well.
Yeah, when I first put that one on, I just had to take a moment and just to sit and just to really listen, because like you say, it just feels like
what
you're
is
floating.
This?
Yeah, it just feels like you're floating, and I love when music makes me feel like that, and your music has done that since I first discovered you, and that's why I love you. You're very emotive, and you just that's what you need in music is to connect, especially as a listener, you know. What do you hope your listeners will take away from the album?
Yeah, what I hope is that people will, I mean, this album is hugely inspired by nature, obviously, and by people, by humans, people I meet along the way, and also just zooming out and watching the world. You know, this world can get so dark sometimes and horrifying. And what I hope that people can take away from this album is a deeper connection with nature and to other people, closeness and love, and, you know, care for each other and our planet.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. That would be
but
my
I mean,
hope too.
that would be my hope. But of course, music is supposed to be open, in my opinion. You're supposed to, when you listen to it, you create your own world out of it. And I also hope that people can find something on this album that they just connect with, and something that makes them feel loved or heard or understood.
I mean, it's definitely made me feel that way ever since it came out, and then I've just been listening to it, and again is the one that just really, really drew me in, and it just, because I personally, I have something called aphantasia. It's where you don't have a mind's eye, you don't see like those images in your brain.
Okay.
And so music helps me a lot with like just that darkness, and it's my way of having that imagination, if you will, and that's why I love it. That's why I'm so passionate about it. And
oh my God, that's so wonderful.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I was wondering what your creative process looks like when it comes to composing or, you know, writing your songs.
Yes. Well, it depends. It's very different from song to song for me. I used to write songs on an acoustic guitar. I got a guitar from my mom when I was 12. But then later along the way, I've kind of discovered new ways of writing songs, and I enjoy switching between methods. And for example, like N, the title track, like I said before, was just written a cappella. It's just a melody that comes to your head, and you write very differently when you don't have any chords to follow, and you just write very freely when you write like that. And sometimes I enjoy a chord progression and creating around that. And very often lately, I create songs around a beat, a pulse of some kind. I really enjoy that. So I don't know. I like to be playful about it and do it in different ways.
Yeah, it's good to be organic about it as well, because I think if you force it, then that song's just going to feel forced. And I think the listener is also going to feel that. And I don't feel that at all with any of your music, even your previous, like your whole discography just feels very organic. It feels very Eivør, you know?
Thank you so much. That's good to hear. Yeah, I mean, it's I enjoy the idea of surprising myself a little bit when I write songs, and especially in the beginning of a creative process, I like to not have too many rules and just be very free and playful about it.
Yeah. That's awesome. So I also noticed on your social media that you posted that N was advertised on the I Love New York billboard. Like, how were your initial feelings when you saw that?
I don't know. I was in shock.
Yeah.
No, it's really crazy, and I hadn't seen it coming. So I was that was really cool and exciting. I think I would faint if I was there and saw it.
Was it a fan that sent you the photo, or how did you find out about it?
No, my management told me about it the day when it happened, and I was like, couldn't believe it when I saw the photos. So yeah, that's really cool. I haven't tried that before though.
No. So I wanted to talk to you about, because previously in an interview from a few years ago, I know there's no English on this album, but you do have songs that are in English that you have on your set list. And you said it was like using a different instrument. Do you still feel that way?
Yes, I do. I really do. I mean, about languages, I've always been fascinated by languages. And I think languages have so much music in them. And yeah, I hear them as instruments. It's like, and I've used languages in my previous albums as, sounds and instruments, like, oh, this song has to be in English because that's the instrument I need to use for this song. That's how I often think about it. But for this particular album, I just felt they all needed to be in Faroese for some reason. I felt that was like the sound that I wanted to really dive into on this album.
Yeah, I honestly, hearing the album and listening to it and feeling that from you with your native language, and if you went back and you translated some into English, I don't think it would flow as well. Like you say, every language has like a different musicality aspect to it, and it's just really fun listening to something you don't understand, and even if you do go back and read what the lyrics are, you still get that feeling of what you think the song is about, just from the vibe alone.
Yeah, that's great. That's great to hear. That's also my hope, that people can, get the mood of the song, although they don't understand each word.
Yeah. So you recently toured with Hilong around the US a little bit. How was that? And also, how was it to play at Red Rocks?
Oh my God. It was, I mean, I can't even put it into words. That was like such an epic experience to play at that legendary venue. And it was so beautiful, and the audience was so incredible. And that was just, on my bucket list, and I could like put the check mark afterwards. It was incredible, and touring with Hilong has also been so wonderful, and I've made new friends in Hilong forever, friendships forever that, it's just been, yeah, really inspiring and wonderful.
Yeah, I'm getting to go to Red Rocks next month. I'm really, not next month, in September. I'm really excited about it. I can't
Oh
wait.
my God.
It's just such
Have
an
you been there
insane.
before?
No, this will be my first time. I'm really excited, and
Okay.
yeah, just how it occurs naturally within nature itself, and the
Yeah.
acoustics of it, and I'm gonna go see Wodruna, so it's that sort of
Oh,
folky.
I love them.
Yes, yes, I was like, for a band like that, like, because I saw Highland last year and you guys were touring somewhat similar times. I was like, I can't really afford to go twice because obviously I'm gonna have to fly out there, and I really want to see you. I hope I get to
Oh,
see you
yes.
once in my lifetime.
I
Hopefully,
hope
I
I
would.
get to play there.
Yeah, I really hope I get to see you soon. I'm in North Carolina right now. It is so hot here. Oh my gosh, it's so hot.
Is it?
And yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh my goodness.
It's that humidity,
I'm
that's
in
what gets
Spain.
you.
I'm in Spain and it's so hot.
Yeah.
It's so hot here also.
I mean, I'm from like the north
It
of
doesn't go well with my Viking blood.
No, same here. I'm from like the north of England, and I did like the ancestry DNA stuff, and I got like a tiny little bit of Norwegian in me. And this heat is just like, mm-mm.
Okay.
Nope. No, thank you. So, deviating a little bit away
Exactly.
from the album, you performed with a full orchestra and sang on the God of War soundtrack. How was that for you?
Yes. It's incredible. I mean, I never in my life would I have like guessed that I would sing on video game soundtracks and movie scores and stuff like that. And it's just something that somehow happened organically, I guess. Something where my music apparently resonates within that world as well. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity and to work with Bear McCreary, who's an amazing composer, and such a joy to sing on that soundtrack. And yeah, to perform it live with an orchestra was incredible, very powerful.
I bet. I bet. I just I can't imagine that. I've seen a couple of the videos that are on YouTube, and it's like you say, it's just so powerful, and it's like such on a grand scale as well.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's very epic music, so it works so well with a symphony orchestra, and yeah, you kind of, yeah, you just go with the mood and the music, and it's beautiful.
So speaking of music, have you discovered you yourself? Have you discovered any artists or bands recently that have just like completely blown your mind, and you've just been like, wow, what is this?
I discovered Chelsea Wolf. Um, yeah, just like a few, maybe 2 months ago or something or more, and she is my newest like love. I love her music so much, and her latest album is incredible. And yeah, I mean that's one of my new discoveries right now at the moment. But there's
She's
so much
a
beautiful music in the world to discover.
Yeah, sometimes it's,
Yeah.
especially with doing my channel, it can get a little overwhelming because people are like, can you check this out? Can you check this out? I'm like, I'm just one person.
Yeah.
I can't do everything. As much as I'd want to, and as much as I
Yeah.
would, love it, I also don't want to burn myself out from something that I'm passionate about. But speaking of Chelsea Wolf, she'll be opening for Wodruna, so I'm excited for that too. Because I still need to
Yes,
go
I heard
ahead.
about that. Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't
you
checked
have
her.
to catch her set.
Yes, absolutely. I don't understand why. For me, I we go from the beginning all the way till the last band. Like, I think it's a little disrespectful when people just turn up just for the headliner, because you could discover
Yeah.
somebody amazing who's just starting out, and they need your support too. So I yeah, definitely will be
Yeah,
checking
that's
her out too.
incredible. That's a good way to think. And we we who sometimes support other incredible bands, we appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
But I know that many bands, they just choose some random headliners. But I also know that bands like Wardruna and Hilong and other bands, they choose, and me myself, the headliner is often seen as a part of your own show. It's like that's where the show starts, and it should be something that blends well in with the main act. So that's also a big part of the experience, which is carefully considered from the main act often. So I think that's amazing when they do that, when they
Yeah.
think about it that way.
Yeah, I agree with you. When they've got like somewhat, they're not exactly the same, of course, but they've got like a similar vibe and essence to them, and it just flows into the
Yes.
next show. There's just something about it. There's just also something about live music in general that's just amazing, and I love it.
Mm,
I'm not going to keep you
yeah.
much longer. I know you're super, super busy. What are your rest of year plans?
Well, right now I'm just touring like crazy. I'm playing a lot of festivals right now. I'm in Spain, like I said. Right now I'm playing tonight at Resurrection Fest, and then tomorrow, yeah, we're traveling to France to play at Hellfest, which I'm super excited about. And then I have, yeah, a few more festivals going on during the summer, and I'm just really looking forward to my release tour in European release tour in the fall,
Mm-hmm.
which is a long one. So I'm traveling all around Europe and Australia. So now it's time to like bring the music from the album out to the people, play it live. And for me, that's where the magic happens. You know, that's where you feel your purpose in this life, in a way.
Yeah, because you get to feed off that energy from the crowd and you get to see because you see the reaction, of course, from the singles you've released, but once you put the album out there, it's kind of, unless somebody says something to you in a comment or whatever, it's just kind of dark until you see that physical reaction of when you sing and perform it live.
Yeah, there's just something like an extra sense that comes into everything when you perform it live, and when you have your audience with you, it adds this extra dimension to everything. And it's like a conversation, you know. It's
Yeah.
like people react and give something back, and it's just, that's what I love so much, to perform live. So I'm extremely excited to do that. And for my tours, the next many months, I'm coming to America next year as well, and Australia, and visiting many territories that I haven't visited before. So yeah, I'm excited.
Well, hopefully, when you come to the US, I mean, no matter where it'll be, I'm gonna try and get out to see you live because
I would love to meet you. And
I
I
would
love
love to
your
meet you
channel.
too.
You know, I
Thank
love
you.
watching your interviews and reactions and all that. So great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That means so much coming from somebody who I admire myself. And of course, I'm not going to keep you too much longer. I just wondered if you had any last words for people who are watching this interview.
Oh my goodness. Well, I just thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you at my show one day, and take care of each other. Yeah, something like that.
Well, thank you so much, Eivør, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to chat with me today. It's been an absolute honor and a privilege. Of course, guys, I will leave all of Eivør's links down below in the description, along with the order links, so you can go ahead and order. And it is out now. It is beautiful. Please take my word for it. Thank you so much, Eivør.
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to become a Taurian. Speaking of becoming a Taurian, all of my social media links and my Discord link are down below in the description. We'd absolutely love for you to come hang out in the Discord community, and I will see you guys in the next video. Rock on.